When you inherit a home, the first 30 days matter far more than most people realize. There are deadlines, legal requirements, and financial responsibilities that don't pause even though your world might feel like it just flipped upside down. I'm making this video because I see families making the same mistake in Ventura County and LA County all the time. I'm in and out of inherited homes every single month. I've stood in quiet living rooms where the mail is piled high because nobody can bring themselves to touch it yet. And I have heard adult children whisper, I feel like I'm messing everything up. If you're overwhelmed and thinking, I should already have it together, please take a breath. You're not behind. You're not doing it wrong. You're simply walking through something emotional and practical at the same time. And that combination is heavy. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do in the first month and, just as importantly, what not to do. And that part alone can save you thousands of dollars and months of frustration. This brings me to the very first thing you need to do, and it's not what most people think. Your first step is securing the property. Check the doors, the windows, the side gates, all of it. If multiple relatives have keys, now is the time for clear communication. And just to be clear, this isn't about mistrust. It's about boundaries. And when emotions are high, boundaries protect everyone. I can't tell you how many times I've seen someone swing by just to help, a cousin grabbing a few things here and there, a sibling emptying closets, or a neighbor being let in just to take a look. They're not trying to create drama. They're grieving too. But later, when probate requires documentation or someone asks who took what, that's where relationships get strained. If you take nothing else from this video, take this. Securing the home protects your relationships, not just the property. And if you're out of state, call someone local you trust. My team and I do property wellness checks for families all the time. Sometimes they just need eyes on the home until they can get there. Once the home is secure and everyone's on the same page, the next step is gathering the documents that actually matter in the first month. Let me clear up a big misconception. You do not need to organize every paper or drawer right now. You're just identifying the essentials. Here's what I want you to look for: a will or trust, death certificates, and order a few of those. You're going to need them. Mortgage statements, property tax bills, homeowners insurance policies, utility information, HOA if that's applicable. And that's it. And I bet you can't guess what the most overlooked document is. It's the homeowner's insurance policy. If the home is now vacant, many insurance companies require notification. If you skip this, you could lose coverage right when you need it. Before we dive into who to contact and what repairs to tackle, I want to give you permission for something. Please don't compare your pace to anyone else's. Some families need 2 weeks and some families need 2 years. Both are absolutely okay. Everyone processes grief differently. Everyone handles responsibility differently. There's no right speed. I want you to know that your job in the first month is not to finish anything. It's to stabilize and to breathe and to get clarity. And I promise you, even if it doesn't feel like it, you're doing better than you think you are. Now that you've got the home protected and the essential documents gathered, it's time to look at who you should actually contact and who can absolutely wait. This part usually brings families a lot of relief and clarity. Here are the 3 people you should reach out to sooner rather than later. First, a probate or an estate attorney. Not because something is wrong, but because clarity now is going to save chaos later. Second, a tax professional who understands inherited property, especially in California, where Prop 19 can change everything. And then third, a real estate agent who specializes in inherited homes. Not to list the home today, but to help you understand timelines, insurance rules, access issues, and what repairs actually matter. And now for the part that surprises most people, There are people you absolutely do not need to call just yet. You don't need to contact the contractors or the painters or the junk removal or the landscapers. No cleaners or handymen at this time. This is where people burn themselves out by doing all these tasks before understanding the process and what is really going to help them. I've had families hand me a stack of mail and ask, "Can you help me go through this and tell me what's important?" Sometimes you just need someone who knows what matters and what doesn't matter and what to focus on first. Once you've talked to the right people, something important happens. You start to realize that rushing into repairs or cleanouts can actually hurt you. I know the instinct. You want to get it done. You want to clean the house and repaint, make it look good, start moving some things out, maybe donate items and get things organized. Anything that feels like progress. But the first 30 days are not the time for that. And here's why. You might not be legally allowed to make certain repairs yet. You can accidentally spend thousands on something probate didn't need or approve. And you might remove some sentimental items before other family members are ready. You could discard documentation that the court might require. I've seen a family repaint a whole house only to learn that the estate couldn't authorize it yet. And then guess who had to cover the bill? They did. So before you move or remove anything, my advice is to take clear photos and videos of each room. When you're going through grief, everything starts to blur together. So this documentation becomes incredibly helpful down the line. Now that you've slowed down the physical work, you can focus on the part that truly matters in these first few weeks, the financial clarity. Right now, you're not fixing anything or spending any money. You're just getting the facts. These are the 3 areas that I urge you to understand. First is the mortgage. Is there one? Is it current? Is it a reverse mortgage? Reverse mortgages have strict timelines, and this is where urgency becomes real. Second is the property taxes. Prop 19 in California can be incredibly helpful or a nightmare depending on how and when you file. You might be able to keep a low tax base, but only if the right forms are completed correctly and on time. And then third are the utilities and recurring expenses. Water, power, gas, trash, internet, all need to be stabilized. You don't want to shut anything off or have any late fees right now. Here's a quick story. A family that I worked with assumed that everything was on auto pay. It wasn't, and the electricity was shut off just a few days before we needed to photograph the home. It seems like a very small thing, but moments like that can feel completely overwhelming when you're already stretched so thin in this process. The small things often matter the most. Once you get a handle on the mortgage, the taxes, and the utilities, the picture becomes clearer. You finally have enough information to start narrowing your path without feeling rushed or overwhelmed. There's nothing you need to decide today, but understanding your direction with a property is going to be helpful. Most inherited home situations end with one of these outcomes. The home is kept, the home is sold, the home is rented, or one of the heirs buy out the others. The first 30 days aren't about commitment. They're about gaining clarity so your decisions later are informed and not fueled by panic or pressure. If your family feels pulled in different directions right now, don't think that means you're doing something wrong. It means you're human and you're navigating grief and responsibility all at once. Now, if you're listening to this and thinking, I wish someone could just walk me through my situation, that's exactly what my team and I do. If you're in Ventura County, LA County, or anywhere nearby, we help families navigate inherited homes every single day. And if you're outside the area, I have a nationwide referral network so you can get the right support no matter where the home is. Whether you're overwhelmed with paperwork, unsure about property taxes, or just staring at the home wondering where to start, you don't have to figure this out alone. Schedule a call with me or a team member. The information is in the description. We'll walk through the next steps together, one step at a time. If this video was helpful, please share it with someone who needs to hear this. Maybe it's your parents, maybe it's a friend. Either way, pass it along, and I'll see you in the next video.